Hey guys, it's Matt with 42 Pros, and in this video for 120 Wednesday, it's all about crop factors and getting a base foundation of understanding how to use them on all your projects. So let's get started. Welcome back to 42 Pros, and again, as usual, thank you for watching our content, and a big thank you out to those who have made comments below in other videos, as well as comments in social media, letting us know that we're helping them out, and some of the topics that you would like to see here in the near future on our channel. So again, thank you for making those comments. But today, for 120 Wednesday, it is all about crop factors. Now, if you're not too familiar about them, what we're going to do today is just give you a base foundation. Since it is a 120 Wednesday video, we don't have a lot of time, but I will link it in the description below, as well as in the cards at the end of the video, to some other material from other YouTubers that have a full description and full tutorial on understanding all the different calculations of how you can get all those specific compositions and field of views and all that fun stuff just by watching their videos, and they do a really good job, especially the one that Tony Northrup just put out a few days ago while I was in the middle of filming this specific video. So anyways, thank you, Tony. You made me do more work. Anyways, guys, so again, all about crop factors, but before we get into it, let's put that timer up on the screen and we'll see how much we can cover here in the 2 minutes that we'll have. All right, so for crop factors, we're going to start with the biggest sensor that we'll be using. Full frame sensors have a crop factor of 1. So if you would take and put this 85mm on an A7 III, it would be 85 times 1, which will give you 85. You know, because 1 times anything is just anything. So that is the basics foundation of calculating crop factors, because it's based off the full frame sensor that we have in this camera specifically. Now, if we take this specific lens and put it on an aps-c size sensor other than Canon, because they have a slightly different crop factor, then this will be equivalent field of view of 128mm, because the crop factor for most aps-c sensors, like what's in Fuji's, Nikon's, Sony's, and a few others out there, then this has a 1.5 crop factor, and this times the 85 will give you 127.5. So in our case, 128. All right, now the Canon has the 1.6 crop factor, so keep that in mind if you're in the Canon system. So your crop factor will be a little different than the majority of other people. All right, so let's move on down to the Micro Four Thirds, which has a 2 times crop factor. So if you have a 50mm lens on a Micro Four Thirds censored camera, then that is the field of view equivalent of 100. All right, so you can see how this could be beneficial to the wildlife people, the filmers of outdoor industry, whether it's hunting, fishing, camping, hiking, whatever. If you're out there in the wild west and you're in the Rockies or somewhere in New Mexico or something, you need to go from peak to peak, or you really want to get some really unique shots across the valley, then maybe using a smaller censored camera with a higher crop factor might be beneficial to you, because you can get extra zoom. So that's kind of what I'm going to call it, is extra zoom, not crop factors, because really and truly that's what it does for you. Just to continue on down the line of some sensors, if you get on down there to a 1-inch censored camera, like what's in an RX10 or a couple of Canon and Nikon cameras, and what's in the PXW-x70 video camera, then that has a crop factor of 6 times. So you can definitely see the benefit of a 1-inch sensor if you really need to stretch out there and capture some stuff at distance. You can really get out there and capture something far off, especially if you're using that tank turret that Sigma calls a lens, which is the 60 to 600. If you would put that specific lens on a Micro Four Thirds camera, that is the equivalent field of view of 1200mm. What? You could pretty much see Neptune with that thing if you really timed it just right and had the camera set up in the right season. Nah, I'm just kidding. But anyways, so there you go, guys. Hopefully this helped you out and gives you a base foundation of what crop factors are and really truly how you can use them, especially when you go to buy new gear or when you're planning out filming projects, especially if you need to get extra zoom on your cameras. Keep that in mind. And one of the videos we're going to talk about here in the near future and put these out here in the next week or two is why a mirrorless full frame sensored camera could be really beneficial for those wildlife people, especially the filmers and the videographers in the outdoor industry, because you can have the equivalent to 3 different camera lenses in one by simply having the right camera. All right, but that's a whole nother video, so definitely subscribe, hit that notification bell, because when that video posts, you'll get that notification and you'll know that video is ready to watch. So, but that's it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If it helped you out, give us those comments below and let us know if you want to learn a little more about it. But again, in the cards up here or in the description below will be some links to other detailed tutorials on crop factors and getting a really good understanding of how to do all of the different calculations for crop factors, so you can get that specific look or composition that you're going for. All right, but again, until next time, guys, get the gear that is right for you, because only you can do your projects. And since we usually only have one chance to get it right, why not do it right and do it once? See you in the next video.